As we know, there are plenty of people who work over in Taxpayer TV who love showing us how independent they are. So frequently, they decide to take to Twitter to show how independent they are by talking about how, well, fascist the Morrison government is, and the Prime Minister has certain tendencies which Trump-like and must be worried about. Andrew Bragg is a Liberal senator who's had plenty to say on this and thinks it's about time the ABC was told, look, if you're going to get paid to be middle of the road, then be middle of the road. Don't spout off when it comes to your personal opinions on Twitter. He joins us now. Senator, put simply, how does this work? How could it work?
G'day, Paul. I mean, the whole idea of the ABC is to provide taxpayers with value for the $1 billion they get every year. And so we can't have people working for a taxpayer-funded organisation calling political leaders like the Prime Minister fascists. You have to be professional at work. That's an expectation on all of us, especially people who work for taxpayer-funded organisations. So one of the things I think the ABC needs to look at is taking off journalists where they go into unprofessional territory, such as calling the Prime Minister a fascist.
I know, crazy ideas, right? But my colleague here at Sky News, Rita Panahi, she has a little pushback that she has delivered your way. I'll get you to respond, but I'll let you hear from the great lady first.
It's a very foolish thing to be proposing. What you do want is everyone at the ABC tweeting as much as possible, because that's where they expose their bias. That's where that you see what motivates the narratives that they so often push. So I don't know why you'd want to ban that. You should be encouraging that, because that proves who's putting these shows together.
Senator, your response to the Persian Princess?
Well, I think that the point here is that ABC journalists have got to stick to the material that is being legally cleared for them to talk about, especially if it's about sensitive matters. They can't go beyond the bounds of what's being cleared on their personal profiles. I mean, if I'm an ABC journalist and I'm self-identifying on Twitter as being an ABC journalist, I can't go out there and say a whole lot of crazy stuff. I mean, that is bringing the organisation into disrepute and potentially opening up to legal issues and damages. So I think if people want to work at the ABC, that's all good. You can have an opinion, but you've got to be professional at work like everyone else.
What about, I was driving around Melbourne a couple of days ago. There's massive billboard ads for the ABC all over the shop, right? It could be everything from the advertising of the iView service to their news services. And look, obviously, everyone has a right to talk about a service, but when they're sort of simultaneously pretending that their budgets are being cut, yet they've got money for billboards, they have a television network, a radio network and an online network, a pretty good ecosystem to be able to talk about themselves. Do they really need to be spending this supposed, hard-earned, desperate dollars on billboards to make them feel good when they're driving to work?
Well, one of the good things here, Paul, is that it is a taxpayer-funded organisation, so the Managing Director needs to turn up at Senate estimates a couple of times a year, and David Anderson will be here in Canberra on Wednesday night for 3 hours. I'm sure that he will enjoy, and these are the sort of issues that we can probe. I mean, it is a well-funded organisation. It has been given $1 billion a year during a period that has been great media disruption, and it's really important that people can rely on the news. I mean, I've had 2 complaints upheld in the past 6 months where the ABC's business journalists have actually broken the editorial standards by effectively running an agenda against the government. So I just want the ABC to be as good as it can be.
I think we all do. Good on you, mate. Appreciate it. Senator Andrew Bragg, a big thinker of the government, is there for us in Canberra.